Good morning, and thanks for waking up with us, Oswego. I'm Sebastian Edmond, and you're watching Top in the Morning. Later on in the broadcast, we're going to have a lot of great news for you, but first we're going to take a quick weather look with Lucy Bergman. Lucy, how's it going over there?
It's going well, Sebastian. It'd be a little bit better if it was warmer out there right now. We do have a temperature of about 14 degrees, but our real feel, only 0. We have our winds from the west at 16 miles per hour, cooling things down tremendously out there, and that is going to affect our weather for the rest of the day. We do see these snowy conditions. Our regional radar is showing this band of lake effect snow that's going to sit over us for today into the afternoon hours. We're not going to see much of a break from snow. And with this cold air, this low pressure system is circulating this cold air back in from Canada, bringing our temperatures down into the single digits, wind chills sub-0, especially on Thursday. I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up in just a little bit, but for right now, I'll send it back to Sebastian at the desk. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Lucy. In an effort to grow the port area of Oswego, the new executive director, Kelko N. Kirkenrich, has developed potential methods to speed up the process. Kirkenrich says that if the businesses pay their dues up front, prices for their port location will go down. The new executive director came into position on January the 6th and has already had experience in the field. He had previously served as the deputy port director and the chief operating officer for the Port Authority of Tampa, Florida. Michael Allen, the Oswego County E911 director, revealed some details of a 5-year plan to improve technology for emergency services. Allen's plan includes staff changes, upgrading telephone equipment, and getting high-speed data links for his department. Citizens of Oswego County are encouraged to keep updated on these improvements by liking Oswego County 911 Emergency Communications Department on Facebook. The Oswego men's hockey team will take home ice one more time this year as they host Fredonia in the opening contest of the SUNYAC playoffs. The Blue Devils came into the Campus Center Ice Arena at the season opener this year and spoiled the debut for the Lakers 3-2 in overtime. But Oswego retaliated with a blowout at Fredonia, winning 5-1 later on in the season. This tiebreaker game will occur tonight at 7 p.m. The winning team keeps their season alive and will head on the road this Saturday for the semifinals. The Lakers on the hardwood began their push for the playoffs as well, as the Oswego men's basketball team defeated the Cortland Red Dragons 69-57 last night. Oswego earned home court advantage against Cortland by beating them in overtime on the road 78-76 in the season finale. The playoff victory was the third time the Red Dragons fell to the Lakers this year. Oswego will now challenge the top seed and nationally ranked Brockport State at Brockport this Friday at 8 p.m. The Golden Eagles will look to retaliate after recently losing to Oswego last week, 95-83. Tyler Hall, home to the music, theater, and art departments of SUNY Oswego, will be getting a $22.2 million makeover this summer. Planned renovations for the 46-year-old building include an improved Waterman Theater, a 2-story rehearsal hall, and a larger art gallery and a recording studio. These remodeling plans are a part of a larger project that will turn Tyler Hall and the Hewitt Union into permanent homes for the School of Communication, Media, and the Arts. The Tyler Hall improvements will take approximately a year and a half. Coming up, Lucy will rejoin us for weather and what has everyone talking about Turning Stone Casino in Verona. Stay with us. You're watching Top in the Morning.
So, April,
Yeah?
your charger's still using energy.
That's not my charger. I don't even have a cell phone.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
I got no pulse, so losing.
Shocking drugs that roll all the time. Just had a few drinks. Just can't be happening.
Are we clear?
Clear.
We're just buzzed.
Just buzzed. You didn't tell us that, sir. You're right, this isn't happening. You'll be fine.
I feel good.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Shotgun?
Malcolm, you know energy savers last 6 times longer than regular bulbs.
This isn't my room. It's Baron Davis's.
The basketball player? This is his room?
I don't live here.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
Welcome back to Top in the Morning, and a chilly morning at that. Lucy, it just seems like everything is going to be cold. Real surprise, though.
Yes, definitely cold out there right now. We do have our current conditions. Only 14 degrees out there right now, but if we do look at our real feel, only 0 degrees. Those winds from the west at 16 miles per hour, cooling things down quite a bit if you're stepping outside right now. We see this cool trend, continue across the state. 5 degrees in Jamestown, balmy in New York City, only 27 degrees for them. The rest of the state is saying mid-teens to lower single digits. We're going to see this cold trend continue, but if we take a peek at our national radar first, we'll see storm systems to our south and in the south, but in our area, what's affecting us the most is this lake effect snow that's going to be sticking with us today, continuing tonight. We do have a lake effect snow watch until 7 p.m. tonight with that very strong winds that are going to bring in extremely strong wind chills. We could see sub-zero tonight as your wind chill. Continuing with forecasts, brutal cold, that's coming back. Another polar vortex, as they call it, could be affecting our area. Looking at today, we have this low pressure system that drifted by our south last night, bringing in that cold air as it circulates out over the coast, bringing that cold air from Canada back in. We're going to have a high today of 15 degrees, a low high rather, winds from the west 15 to 25 miles per hour, making that temperature much cooler. We do have the lake effect snow continuing, but I want to time it out a little bit better for you. If you're stepping out the door for a 10 a.m. class, this band is sitting over all of Oswego County. We're going to see that continue 1 p.m. today into this afternoon, 4 p.m. You can see the band drift partly northward, but by 7, that definite shift north. Those snow showers will be dissipating as we move towards midnight tonight. Lingering snow showers, a temperature of about only 7 degrees. Those wind chills from the west, 10 to 15 miles per hour, making it feel like sub-zero temperatures. So if you're heading outside, take precautions. Tomorrow, similar trend, blowing snow tomorrow with those winds picking up, starting at the south, shifting to the west, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Those visibilities are going to be extremely low. So if you're heading out for class, heading out on the roadways, make sure you add that extra time for the low visibility. And if you don't have to go outside, please don't, because it's going to be extremely dangerous. This late week, however, we do have a high pressure system moving into our area. The good news associated with that, we're going to have partly sunny skies, on Friday into Saturday. Unfortunately, the bad news, we are going to have that cold air stick around. We can see a warm up slightly on Saturday, to 27 before we drop right back down to 20 on Sunday. I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up in a little bit again. But right now, back to the desk to Sebastian.
Thank you, Lucy. The Turning Stone Casino in Verona, New York will have cash slots available to the public beginning March 4th. The Oneida Indian Nation will spend $15 million to swap out their old slots that have operated on magnetic cards for the last 20 years. The investment will result in about 2,000 new slots for the casino. The deal made with Governor Andrew Cuomo gives the state 25% of the slot machine's revenue, with that money due to be shared with local county governments. The United States Department of Transportation has fined Asiana Airlines for failure to aid passengers to the fullest extent after a flight crashed in July. The $500,000 penalty stems from Asiana Flight 214, which went down on a runway of San Francisco International en route from South Korea. 3 people died and many others were injured in the event. The airline is responsible for not establishing proper means of communication between themselves and inquiring and concerned individuals. Asiana also did not maintain proper records of medical aid, which is required to be disclosed to family members. The bulk of the fine is due within the next 30 days. Now time for a look at world news. A husband and wife are reveling in their good fortune after finding $10 million in rare gold coins buried on their property in Northern California. Steve Harris has the story.
The folks here in Auburn and throughout Gold Country love to celebrate a major find, and this latest uncovering of buried treasure is no exception.
I consider myself a gold miner.
Tom Barella lives in Gold Country and finds an occasional nugget now and then.
Thank you very much.
He bought a new metal detector today. The newly disclosed buried treasure find is very much on his mind. $10 million worth of gold coins found in these dilapidated metal canisters, somewhere in Gold Country.
It inspires me. I mean, it's still out there, you know.
An unidentified couple walking their dog found the more than 1,400 coins next to a tree on their property in an undisclosed location a year ago. The coins date back to the mid to late 1800s and are in perfect condition.
And I just about fell out of my chair. You know, this is something you dream about. You do not hear about buried treasures like this.
The coins are being kept at yet another undisclosed location. Why so many secrets? The couple doesn't want to be bombarded with prospectors.
When you hear that, you get a little flutter.
Larry Manger of Big Valley Metal Detectors believes the discovery could be good for his business, as gold fever seems to spike every time there's a big find.
We're going to probably see a big push for people that have property up in the Mother Lode. They're going to want to be searching it. Well, everybody wants to hit the millions.
The couple plans to sell most of the coins on Amazon.com, but will keep some of them to pass through the family as a memento. In Auburn, Joe Vasquez, KPIX 5.
And now we're going to take a closer look as to what's happening in Oswego with WTOP's own Adam Cesarini.
Thanks, Sebastian. Want to learn interesting dining techniques from different cultures? Then stop by the Hewitt Union from 5:30 to 8:30 tonight, where Barbara Lang, the current owner of the Etiquette Factor, will teach you how to impress employers through dining etiquette. The cost is $10 for SUNY Oswego students, with payments being made by calling 312-2255. Please come dressed business casual to the event. Artist Gina Ochogrosso will be speaking tonight from 7 to 8:30 in the Campus Center Auditorium. Her paintings throughout the years depict unsettled spaces which began with the unraveling of her childhood home. This talk is free, and parking is $1 for attendees without an Oswego campus parking sticker. If you have any questions about parking, please call the campus parking office at 312-2113. That's all for me. Now back to Sebastian at the news desk.
Thank you very much, Adam. New York Knicks point guard Raymond Felton has paid his $25,000 bail and is due back in court June 2nd for 2 felony charges. Felton will be facing 1 count of criminal possession of a weapon in the 3rd degree and 1 count of criminal possession of a firearm. Rumors swirled that the Knicks player threatened his soon-to-be ex-wife with the weapon, but no formal charge was brought on. Felton has taken a personal leave of absence from the team, and the NBA will not take any action until the start of the legal proceedings. Neither Felton nor his attorney commented after this initial hearing. And now it's time for Sebastian's play of the day, and this one comes from outside actual gameplay. St. Louis Blues center David Backes rescued 2 stray dogs from Sochi upon returning from the Olympics. Backes said the pair of dogs constantly visited where friends and families of athletes were staying in Russia. These dogs, nicknamed Sochi Jr. and Sochi Jake, have been brought to an animal shelter where they will spend the next 30 days living in before being available for adoption. More snow in our future? I'm going to be rejoined by meteorologist Lucy Bergman when we return. Stay tuned to Top in the Morning.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me back.
You can figure out Jody's gonna
Hey, did you tell your parents about us? Let's skip first period together. Did you get all my texts? Is practice over yet? Where are you at? Are you with your friends? That's L-A-A-A-A-M-M-E-E-E. Capital X, lowercase o, capital X, lowercase o. I love you. JK, I hate you. JK. Are you ignoring me? We're in a huge fight right now. Is this something I did? I can see your lights on. I'm coming over. This isn't a What'd joke. You dream about? Me? I'm lonely. Holla back. Holla back. Let's try something new. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Good morning and welcome back to Top in the Morning. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Lucy Bergman with a look at your current conditions. Right now it's 14 degrees out there, but we do have a real feel of 0. Our winds are from the west at 16 miles per hour. They're cooling things down tremendously out there for us this morning, and we are feeling the cool air. Our cold spot is over in Jamestown, 5 degrees for them. We warm up slightly as we move towards the east. Our warm spot is down in New York City, 27 degrees for them, balmy compared to us. Unfortunately, we are going to have this cold air stick around. If we take a peek at our regional radar, we see this lake effect snow band moving across our region, and that's going to affect our weather for today. Our lake effect snow watch is continuing until 7 p.m. tonight. We do have a high temperature of 15 degrees today. However, those winds from the west at 15 to 25 miles per hour, are going to blow that snow around and make it a lot more dangerous out there on the roads visibility-wise, so allow for that if you're heading outside. Timing this lake effect out a little bit more for you, 10 a.m. if you're stepping out the door for class, it's going to be right over Oswego County, continuing into 1 p.m., continuing into 4 p.m., and then by 7 we see a slight drift northwards. By midnight tonight, those snow showers will be dissipating and moving out of our area. We do have a low temperature, tonight, 7 degrees. Those wind chills, however, will be sub-zero. We're looking at about -5. So if you're heading outside for an evening extracurricular activity, you want to bundle up, you grab that scarf, those earmuffs, those gloves. If you don't have to go outside, I'd say stay inside because it's too cold out there. We have another polar vortex, as they call it, just dropping down, bringing that cold air for today into tomorrow. We see it especially tomorrow night. We do have an overnight low of -1, but tomorrow our high is 19 degrees. Don't expect to feel that. We do have winds from the south in the morning shifting to the west, 20 to 30 miles an hour, blowing that snow that's already on the ground and that's falling from the sky, so visibility will be even worse than today. Looking at our late week, we do have this high pressure system that's sitting over our area. That's the good news for Friday, partly sunny skies into Saturday, but we do have that cold air. We do have 19 degrees tomorrow. -1 is your low on Thursday night. We do see a slight warm up Saturday, but a cool right back down on Sunday to 20 degrees for the start of the work week.
Now, Lucy, I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what the lake does for us here in Oswego. I know everybody from the area watching knows how the lake plays a role in our weather, but all of our friends and family watching back home, I like to tell them, take whatever temperature you guys are feeling right now and just subtract 20 degrees. That's probably the best way to describe it.
Well, there's so much wind that comes off the lake, so it definitely brings our wind chill temperatures much colder down. So if you're heading outside, again, bundle up. I can't say it too many times because you always need to here in Oswego.
Thank you so much again, Lucy.
Thank you, Sebastian.
And now we're going to take a look at the world of entertainment with our own Ian Dembling.
Well, thank you, Sebastian. These days, it doesn't seem like Justin Bieber can catch a break from the media spotlight, and this time, it was through no fault of his own. One of the singer's security guards and driver were arrested on Tuesday. Police say Bieber was inside an arcade in Sandy Springs, Georgia, just outside Atlanta, when a photographer waiting outside was confronted by one of Bieber's security guards. When the photographer left, police say a security guard and another man followed him in a Cadillac Escalade, stopped him in a nearby parking lot, and stole his camera. It is not clear whether or not Bieber was in the car at the time. And turning now to happier news for the late-night talk show host, Jimmy Kimmel. Kimmel shared the news on a pre-taped episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show that he and his wife are expecting their first child together. Kimmel, known for being quite the prankster, assures us this is no joke unless his wife is the one that's kidding. And moving on now to the world of sports, NBA player Jason Collins is the first openly gay player in the United States' 4 big sports leagues. And if Michael Samms is drafted into the NFL, he will be the second. Mark Cuban, Dallas Mavericks owner, says gays in professional sports is a non-issue. And we're moving on now to our final segment part, which is the basketball game between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Denver Nuggets. We're going to take a look at this game now. LaMarcus Aldridge has been out for quite some time, but we're taking a look. Wesley Matthews driving in for the dunk in the first quarter, putting the Blazers up by 4, and we move on now to the third quarter. Blazers had 6 players with double figures, including Damian Lillard for 3, putting the Blazers up 72-61, and on the very next drive, it's Lillard again with nobody covering him for another 3-point shot. Portland looks like they're going to take away this game, but not if J.J. Hickson has anything to say. A rebound here, putting Hickson with 25 rebounds, a career high for him, making the Nuggets behind by only 4, but it doesn't take long before we see Nicholas Batum for 3, getting that shot in, making it a no deal for the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets lose on the road 100-95, and Portland on a 3-game winning streak. That's it for entertainment here. I'm going to take it back to the desk with Sebastian.
Thank you so much for that, Ian.
Absolutely.
Love watching that Portland Trail Blazers team play. They are my team away from home. Of course, I have to support the Knicks and the Nets, but I always had a feeling that they were going to be exciting in the real near future.
It's going to be a real close game come playoff time with the Spurs, the Thunder, and the Blazers all doing really well. It's going to be interesting to see who gets that top seed.
Well, thank you so much for that, Ian.
Yes,
Appreciate it. We're going to have a little bit more of Top in the Morning right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, this is my teenage friend Fred.
Rad! Hey pal, you want to pay attention to the road?
Relax, man, I got it.
Look, my man, if your bad driving gets me killed, you better hope you die too, or I will haunt you silly. And I'm not just gonna float over your bed like, woo! I'm gonna be making a more annoying noise, like, ah! And instead of wearing those long white robes, I think I'll wear something more form-fitting and upsetting. The other ghosts will look and be like, wow, we've never seen that before.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people. Connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Welcome back to Top in the Morning. I'm Sebastian Edmond. It's always a race to beat the clock to work in the morning, and it turns out that a lot of people are letting the clock get the best of them. A site revealed 15% of employees were late at least once a week. Certainly that has big implications for bosses and managers. And a great story we want to share with you about a girl with Down syndrome who got to appear in Wet Seal magazine. Steve Harris once again has the wonderful story.
phrase, living the dream, right? Well, the first time I met 17-year-old Carrie Brown, that's exactly what she was doing. After her Facebook page got 11,000 likes in less than a week, Carrie's favorite clothing store, Wet Seal, flew her to California to become their first model with Down syndrome.
One of the girls from corporate Wet Seal said, "Where did she learn to do those modeling moves?" I said, "I have absolutely no idea." They said, "She's got a natural talent for it."
6 months later, Carrie has achieved celebrity status. The proof is on the McDonald's sign and on page 74 of J14 magazine. You like being a model?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. And it's cool to see yourself in a magazine, right?
Right.
A magazine filled with teen celebrities.
They did a 2-page article on her, which just kind of blew Carrie away to see her picture in the same magazine with Ross Lynch and Selena Gomez and One Direction.
I don't know any models. You're the only one that I know. Would you sign this for me?
Yes, sir.
When Carrie was a week old, a doctor told her mom, Sue, never to expect anything from her. Well, 28,000 Facebook likes and a stint in a national magazine later, Sue got the last laugh.
She just kind of got it wrong all the way around.
But even with her celebrity status,
Here you go. Go, sir.
she still has the same sparkle,
Doing a special episode on her.
the same infectious laugh that she had before her dream became a reality.
I did it.
Yes, she did. In Collinsville, Steve Harris, News 4.
All right, guys, we're going to take one more look at weather with Lucy Bergman. Lucy, what do we have going on?
Well, Sebastian, it is going to be a cold day today and a lot of snow to speak of. That is going to stick around for the next few days. We're not going to see a lot of breaks in that snow. Maybe on Friday into Saturday, some partly cloudy conditions. But as always, for the full forecast, follow us at WTOP10 on Twitter, Facebook.com/WTOP10TV for your full forecast. And as always, we're live at 10 p.m. tonight with some of our meteorologists. They're going to keep you updated on this lake effect snow.
Speaking of live tonight, before the news tonight at 10 o'clock, we are going to be broadcasting that big men's playoff game for the hockey team right here. I hope you guys are excited about it as I am.
It's been quite a roller coaster of a season, I would say, for the Lakers, having lost to Fredonia in their very first home match of the year, and now we get to play them again in the playoffs. I'm pretty excited. I'm really hoping that the Lakers pull through for us.
Unfortunately, our dear Lucy will not be able to attend the game or help us out with the broadcast, but it's for good reason. She's heading to Colorado
Yep.
for nationals in ice skating,
Yep.
and I'm sure you're very excited about that.
Yep, my synchronized skating team is on our way to Colorado this afternoon. It's going to be a great few days there, and hopefully we can bring home the gold.
You have one of the coolest little sequences that you guys are doing, correct?
Yeah, we skate to a 4-minute program, and it should be a blast and a half. We skate to Dreamgirls, and we're all really excited to get out there. The hardest part is getting to the airport with those snowy conditions right now. So,
Well, it's a good thing you forecasted it ahead of time.
yeah.
And I'm sure not much is going to change. I mean, they're used to snow over there in Colorado as well.
Yep,
So,
58 degrees for me on Thursday, tomorrow though.
the hockey game, you did your little analysis of the NBA. I want your analysis for our game right here. Who is going to win, the Oswego Lakers or the Fredonia Blue Devils?
I think it's going to be a really close game. I want to say that the Lakers end up winning 3-2. It would be a really nice way to stick it to them because they beat us by 1 point. It would be nice to beat them by 1 point at the end.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. Make sure you can check out that broadcast tonight on WTOP 10 starting at 6, as well as the news, as Lucy mentioned, at 10 o'clock. But as for Top in the Morning, that's it for us today. For Lucy Bergman and Ian Debling, as well as Adam Cesarini, I'm Sebastian Edmond. Have a great day, Oswego.